Carbs make you fat. You need 6 meals a day to keep your metabolism running. Too much protein is going to destroy your kidneys. Now, if you've heard any of these, you're not alone. Nutrition misinformation is everywhere. And today, we're tackling the biggest myths that have confused people for decades. But we're not stopping there. We're also busting the myths about nutrition and aging because, believe it or not, much of what you've been told about how diets affect the aging or declining process is flat out wrong. So get ready. We're diving deep into the science of food, metabolism, and longevity, exposing the truth behind the biggest nutrition misconceptions out there. That's today on the Personal Age Fitness Podcast. Welcome back to the Personal Age Fitness Podcast, where we're dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness. I'm your host, Garrett Williamson, president of Personal Age Fitness. Now, if you like this podcast and like to catch up with some others, please follow us. Please like and share our videos. We'd like to get this word out to everybody. So thank you thank you very much for watching and listening. But if you have any questions about today's episode, you can reach us at area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can email me at garrett@personalagefitness.com. Feel free to visit our website at personalagefitness.com or connect with us on Facebook, Personal Age Fitness, and X at Team PE. Now let's talk about nutrition myths because let's be honest, when it comes to food and aging, most people are getting their information from social media influencers, outdated textbooks, or their neighbor who read an article once in 1997. We're busting two major categories of nutrition myths today. The biggest general nutrition myths, the ones that make it hard for people to lose weight, build muscle, and eat right. And also misconceptions about nutrition and aging. Because what you eat has a profound effect on how well you age, and some of the advice out there is just completely wrong. So let's get into it. Myth number 1, carbs make you fat. The low carb craze. It never really goes away, does it? Every decade, a new expert claims that carbs are the enemy. Atkins, keto, carnivore, they all tell you the same thing. Carbs make you fat. Except they don't. Here's where this myth comes from. The fear of carbs comes from the idea that carbs spike insulin, which promotes fat storage. Now, while insulin does help store nutrients, here's what the science actually says. A study from the Journal of American Medical Association, what a lot of people know of as JAMA, compared low carb, low fat, and balanced diets. The result? No significant difference in weight loss when calories were controlled. Amounts, folks. The blue zones. Regions where people live the longest, I've spoken about these a lot, Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, have high carb diets, yet some of the lowest obesity and disease rates in the world. And you've heard me talk about this. Obesity is the number one killer in the world. The real issue is calories, not carbs. Weight gain comes from consuming more calories than you burn, not from a single macronutrient. That's this decade, last decade, future decades, and forever. Controlling calories. Blaming carbs for weight gain is like blaming your steering wheel for a car accident. It's the driver's habits, not the wheel, that caused the crash. The takeaway? Carbs are not the enemy. Excess calories are. If weight loss is your goal, focus on overall calorie balance, not demonizing bread. Myth number 2. Need to eat 6 meals a day to boost metabolism. For years, people believed that eating small, frequent meals kept their metabolism high, like constantly throwing logs on a fire. But science disagrees. Here's the research on meal frequency. A major review published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found no significant difference in metabolism between people who ate 6 meals a day versus those who ate 2 to 3. What actually matters for metabolism? Which is calories in, calories out, nothing more. Number 1, total daily calorie intake. Number 2, muscle mass and activity levels. The first one's calories in. The second 2 are calories out. Here's the real reason why people eat 6 meals a day. Bodybuilders and elite athletes often eat more frequently, not because it boosts metabolism, but they do it because they're trying to gain size. They need to get in more calories. Eating 6 times a day doesn't speed your metabolism. It's like filling up your gas tank 6 times instead of 2. You're still using the same amount of fuel. Therefore, it's okay to do that, but don't think that there's some magic behind it. Meal frequency is a personal choice. It won't affect weight loss or metabolism. What matters is calories and macronutrient balance. Myth number 3. High protein diets damage your kidneys. Now let's talk about protein and kidney health. Somewhere along the way, people started saying too much protein is bad for your kidneys. Well, the science, as usual, says otherwise. A meta-analysis in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism reviewed multiple studies and found no evidence that high-protein diets cause kidney damage in healthy individuals. Where does the myth come from? In people with existing kidney disease, reducing protein can help manage the condition. But in healthy people, protein does not cause kidney problems. Here's a real-world example. Elite athletes routinely eat 200 to 300 grams of protein per day with no kidney issues. Blaming protein for kidney damage is like blaming lifting weights for breaking bones. It only causes harm if there's already an underlying issue. The takeaway on this? Unless you already have kidney disease, high-protein diets are completely safe and highly beneficial for muscle growth and longevity. And also, most of us are deficient in protein, so we take in more. We think it's high protein. Actually, it's the right amount, or it's close to the right amount. All right, how nutrition affects aging. We're going to shift gears and talk about the nutrition-aging connection, because you know that's my mantra. The myth. Your metabolism slows down with age. I love debunking this one because that's never been true. People blame aging for weight gain, but research shows metabolism only slightly slows down, and that's because of activity slowing down. It's only decreased activity. It is a physiological effect. It's not a physiological effect. It's an adaptive effect. This is there was an abbreviated quote that I use in my Live Age presentation from Dr. Kenneth Cooper, who is the father of fitness and runs the world's largest research facility on fitness and has the longest running study on aging. It started in 1969. And as of this broadcast of this podcast, it's 56 years old. And that is, weight gain seems to increase as we age. That is not a physiological effect. It's an adaptive effect. That's what I butchered a minute ago when I was saying it. But it's an exact quote from Dr. Cooper. Protein prevents muscle loss and keeps metabolism high. How does it prevent muscle loss? Your body's going through this systematic check from the cradle to the grave. Is that a muscle that's active? Are we using it? Have we used it in the last 72 hours? Since it requires energy, your body is saying, if we're not using it, let's cannibalize it. But if we are using it, we need to repair it. And the only thing we can do to repair it, is protein. Healthy fats support brain health and reduce inflammation. Antioxidants found in fruits and vegetables combat oxidative stress. The takeaway? Aging doesn't slow metabolism. Lifestyle does. Proper nutrition, it helps keep you young. So to wrap it up, here's what we learned today. Carbs don't make you fat. Excess calories do. Anybody that tells you any opposite is lying to you. Eating 6 meals a day, though it may be your preference, nothing wrong with that, but it won't speed up your metabolism. High protein diets don't damage your kidneys as long as you don't already have some kind of kidney problem. And nutrition can slow the decline we associate with aging, if done right. You want to learn more? Or maybe you want to argue with me about it. Maybe you'd like to discuss it. Not a problem. Be more than glad to. Reach me at 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can also email me at garrett@personaledgefitness.com or visit personaledgefitness.com. The Facebook page, Personal Edge Fitness, also X at Team PE. Be more than glad to discuss it with you. And as I say many times, look, even if you don't do something with us, the consult is worth your time. Don't let these myths keep you from living the life you want, from reaching your level of wellness. Dispelling these myths, hey, that's just one more way Personal Edge Fitness helps you reach your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.